Hello and welcome. How are you doing? Next I'd like to show you that how to replace this lock cylinder where I insert this my key, and then when I move that how I can change this lock cylinder. Okay, and this is my job now, and then I continue and we go to look at how I can take this lock away. Okay, and my first task is then take these front doors, this inside cover and these things away, and it happens so that I need to open some screws and so on, and then I continue and we look at what I need to do next. Okay, and first I open these plastic covers in here and flathead screwdriver and little bit lift, and there is screw, and second is in here, and for these bolts opening Phillips heads crosshead screwdriver, and I rotate these bolts open, and these bolts looks like that. Then second, here, and then inside in here there is just in the central area in here there is one Phillips head screw what I open in that way. Okay, and there is this small screw, it looks like that, small screw, and then there is idea that this cover moves in back when I little bit open that, and same time, or actually it was front, there is this plastic things, and now this is free, this is important. And then when we look in here, in that area, in the bottom of this area, there is one screw where my tool fits nicely that way, and there is, and then this cover and this screw opens. There is screw and cover. Okay, and then when this is in that way, we have 10 next bolts what are in here down. Okay, and then we have in here, in that position in here, we have a small plastic, those fasteners what open so that when I have this flathead screwdriver and I press there in, there is that kind of thing in here. What is in there? Just in there, and then when I a little bit move this my flathead screwdriver, there is that kind of these fasteners what opens so that they are, this is opening position, and then when I press that, this is locking, and then when I press again, this normally opens in that way, and in that way we can pull this out. And these fasteners are in here. There is one in this upper area, in here in that position, and next I take this out, this in here, and I can take it out, this in there, and then same time when I look this area, these all areas in here, there are couple in this down area, and then when I have take those out, we continue. Okay, and then next step is to take that window door handle away, and this is actually very difficult take part to away, because if we are too fast, then we can destroy these parts. And first one is that we need that kind of flathead screwdriver, and first step is to insert that in here, and little bit open that area. This is the first trick. And then insert that key, the screwdriver in that kind of position. And then when we go to look this closer, we can see something interesting. And then I take a little bit closer view. Okay, now we have closer view, and then I need to take two very sharp these screwdrivers, because then when we look in here and when I a little bit move that my thing in that position and then I rotate it again, we can see in here just now. We can see there is this small metallic pin. I rotate it again because now it's easier to see. And then I insert my screwdriver in here. And there is this metallic pin just in here. We can maybe see that very little bit in there. And this is the trick number 2. And then I need to insert that screwdriver just in below of that metallic pin. What is in there, and it happens so that I insert my tool in here and I little bit lift that tool that way. This my screwdriver must be in below of that metallic pin, and then there is similar pin in their below area. And so I need second screwdriver, and there is this trick. And now when I insert that my tool in same way in their below, that handle pops out in here. And it is like amazing thing, I think, because it is in that way. And then when I little bit, I can also look in that position in down that where is this pin, but I can feel that in here. And then when I insert that in here, and then when I bend that little bit, this pop out like in that way. Oh, sorry, not yet. Now we heard this knob, and then when I take this screwdrivers away, this handle comes out so nicely. Yes, and there is this trick. This is this handle. An idea was that I insert this my first tool in here, and it moves in that way. I insert my first tool in here, the screwdriver tool, and then when second came in here in that other side, and when I insert that, this hole in here becomes free, because there is now two screwdrivers, and now this hole is free. Okay, and this is really interesting. And then this hole, when I take screwdrivers out, this hole is like closed. Very interesting engineering, but it works. Okay, and now this panel is almost free. And let's look. There is this panel, and then panel is there, and then I can start to actually open that panel. And it happens so that I start in here below area, and I insert my hand in here, and then I pull out this in this way, a little bit in that way. Now it opens, and then this full thing is free. In here you can see that it is free, because now when I insert my hand in here, it's totally free. And then final step is to only little bit lift up that thing in here, in that area in here. I lift up, and then again in here, and then this panel is almost free. Final step is that one in here, and for that job I need to little bit rotate that in this direction, and then this panel cover goes out. Okay. Now we have this. Now we can look these things next. Okay, and then we continue. Okay, and then next thing is to take that knob out, and it happens so that I lift that little bit up in this way, in here, and then I lift up, and then I rotate that in that way. And now it opens. There is this knob, and then next part is that we need to take this plastic cover out, and please do this so carefully than you could, because this cover is important. It is humidity sealed. It protects our car against humidity, and then we need to take them out so much that we can see this inside things in here, in that way. Okay, and then next step is that here are those screws, and we need to open those. Okay, and then we need this 10mm socket, and it fits in here, and then I open these bolts in here, and this side area, and also this in here, and then that bolt in here, and there are two bolts, and there is, and when I have take these bolts out, we can continue, and there is that kind of small grooves in there, and what I take next out. Very fun, and here we have, and then this cover, this black support thing goes away. Okay, and now I have take all of these bolts out, and this part opens. This is good, and then at the same time I can take that thing, this part away, so that I little bit, there is this thing, and when I move that little bit in here, I can open this part in that way, and then I can lift that up. There is this small locking method, and when I lift, there is this locking thing. Okay, and then this part is free, and now we can do next that I open also that switch in here, and it happens so that I believe that when how this works, I should press in that area in here, and then pull out. Maybe it works in press and pull out. Okay, and it works well. And then I take this connect out in here, this cable. Okay, now it is away, and this goes to this locking system, and then we open these bolts next in here. There are those 3 bolts, and I open those next. I have here a screw crosshead, and maybe I can open these if they are actually quite tight, and I need bigger tool than that one. This is too small. Okay, and soon we continue. Okay, now I am opening these 1, 2, 3 these bolts, and for that job I need bigger Phillips head screwdriver, because these bolts are tight, and there is my screwdriver, and then because I have bigger tool, now these bolts, remember, but what a bigger screwdriver, then easier to open these bolts. and now this is like 3 times bigger, and there we have that kind of bolts in there what we need to open, and 3 pieces. There is the second, and then when these bolts are free, this lock is quite movable, and now it moves in there. And now there's 3 bolts, and this lock is also free, and then we continue. Okay, and then when we look in here inside this doors locking system, what is in here? There is this window opening system, and just when we look in here, there is this upper area, and then when we look in that position where we can see these holes in here, and in that hole, when we look in there inside, there is one 10mm bolt. What is in, it is quite difficult to see, but it is there inside. Maybe we can see it or not. Let's test that. Can we see it? It is in there a little bit upper. Maybe we could. Yes, there it is. It is in there. Yes, now we can see. There is this 10mm bolt in there inside, and that bolt we need to next open, and there is similar also in that side what we need to open in here, and for that job we need small 10mm frames what fits in there just in that way, and then when I start to open, I open that in this way, and let's look at how I managed to open that. There I open it, and I can insert my hand in that rod in there, and I can take this. Now it bolt is okay. Now it drops down in here, and this is not nice because now it's in here. Maybe I can find it because now this bolt is in this cover, and there are, okay, now this bolt is in here. Okay, and it is just here. Okay, and then I need to take this second. There is second similar bolt in here, and when I take it also away, then this door opens, and soon we continue. Okay, now these bolts are open, and then we can look in there inside. There is this door handle, and these things, when they moves, they controls, and there is this lock system, and next I believe that this upper system should opens when I a little bit move that. Now it moves, and then I can pull out this thing, I believe. Okay, and maybe I need to take this metallic cable also away, but it is almost free. We need to only take this carefully, these metallic pipes out, and then the system opens. Okay, good. And there is the central lock system, and cables, they are in here. Okay, and soon we continue. Okay, and there is this, my door lock system is almost free. The only thing is that I need to open one metallic. This metallic. There is this inside area and there is this one metallic. This cable, and it opens so that when I little bit, there is this yellow clipper in here, that clipper, and when I move that little bit, I believe that this should open. Now I move it, it is free, and then this my joint should open in here. Now that part moves in here, and now we can move also here. And now this my door knob is in that position. Okay, and let's look in there. In this upper area, there is this my target, and maybe this part opens so that now it moves out, and this part is like in there in free. Okay, and look, there is this spring system inside. Okay, and then we look in there. And there is this my central lock system. Okay, now it's in ground. It is in there. And then we go to look that closer. Okay, and there is this central lock system, and first thing is this lock, what is in here, and this is this door lock. And then when I am planning to take out this door lock, what is in here, where I insert my key, I need to next open this support thing in here, and I rotate that little bit, and then when I little bit press, I take my tongs. I have tongs in here, and then when I press that little bit in here, I believe that I can open that. Or is it so that I only need, there is this key, that I only need a little bit press that yellow thing. Yes, it is maybe only this yellow thing carefully. I move that, yes, in that way. Now it's there, and there is this key area, and then only in that way, and now it's free. Okay, good. Okay, and there is then this lock system, and then we can look that lock system closer. Okay, and here is then this Toyota's lock system, and here I have Toyota's key, what is in here, and this key fits in here, and normally this lock works so that when I rotate that in here, door goes lock, and in that position, in the other side, it opens in that way. Now it seems that when I rotate it in that way, there are those small locking plates, and now when this is a little bit old, there's difficulties to move in that position, in that side. In that way it goes nicely, but in that way there's difficulties. Okay, and it means that maybe if we lubricate that more, this works better. And now I can see that some of those plates, they have difficulties to move, like in that one, in this central. We look that in that that locking plate there is difficulties. And then it takes contact in here, and maybe if I little bit, I think that it is just that central this central lock. I have now sharp spike in here. I think that this one in here, this is too high. And let's look that is this really that one. If I press that down and same time I rotate that. No, it is not that. Now this, there is something else. And something is taking contact. I think that okay, and it seems that there is, by the way, this lock number in that code, and this lock works so that it normally goes in that way nicely, but that other side is difficult to move. Okay, and then I think that I replace that lock to new one, and then we have more easier to open that lock. Okay, and soon I have new lock in here, and we continue soon. Okay, and then when I continue to assemble this my central lock, there is this door opening switch what belongs in this other side, and there was this yellow hole where comes that part, this metallic pipe, and then I install that door, this handle on that other side. It is now ready, and then I keep that in my hand in here. It should go in right way. Okay, now it's there in right way, good. And then these parts, it's good to remember that in what way this part belongs. And this is this locking area what goes in that hole, and there is this door key lock in here, and that's this part goes in that way, and then there was this opening and door switch what goes in here, and then this longer bar in here goes this handle, inside handle, and there is this electric cable. Okay, and in that way I insert that in here first in that position in here, and then I think that metallic bar must comes out in here, and that's I check that carefully, and that one belongs in this door handle, and I think that first I insert that bar in this door handle, and let's look at how I manage to do that. I take new view. Okay, and then when this central lock unit is in here, we need to only carefully investigate that where these parts goes, and one by one we install that in this right position, and we only check that this all cables goes nicely in those positions, and this takes a little bit time, but carefully carefully all parts goes nicely, and then when I need to install those in here, we look this closer next. Okay, and I think that I inserted this first knob in that position, that it keeps that my system in there, and then I inserted that yellow opening cable in there. This is second point, and now I am inserting this lock system in that hole in there. Where is this hole area? And there is, by the way, when I insert that lock, there is this hole that I need to insert that bolt in that hole same way. Okay, and I will do that next. Okay, and now I am fastening this lock area, what was in here, in that side, in here, and this was very difficult to install, because I must in same time when I insert that bolt in here, what is in here in that area, I must same time set up this lock in that position, and it was difficult. I need screwdriver and so on, and there is my friends, it is in position, and then I fasten that, and there they can maybe see this bolt also. Okay, but this was difficult. Okay, but now I am fastening that bolt, and soon we can test that how this works, and then there was second bolt also in here. And then next parts are that I need to set up that thing, this thing in here. Now it is a little bit stuck. Okay, now it's free, and this belongs in here, good. And soon we continue. Okay, and then I fasten these bolts in here, and I take this screwdriver, and there is this big screwdriver, and it happens so that I start in here, this fastening, and little by little I fasten all of these. And in here, and then this central bolt. Okay, and then that one. Okay. Okay, good. Now these bolts are fine. Okay, and then I continue. And then I think that I can install that door, this switch, because this is interesting. And there is this metallic bar, and it happens so that first there is this yellow area, and first I insert that first I check that in what way it should be, in that way. This is the right position, and then I insert that one in here, and then this press, and I press that, it says click, and now it's like ready in here. Okay, good. And then I think that I install these things back in here. This is the central, and it goes nicely in here. That way, good. And there was my bolts. There was these my bolts in here, and this goes there, and these bolts goes here. Good. It is here. And then this one is here. Okay, and then more bolts. More bolts. There is this. This belongs in here, and then that one. Okay, and that one is in here. Okay, then I fasten these bolts. $10mm socket, and then when I have fastened these bolts, we continue. Okay, and now I have fastened these bolts and then that one, and then I think that we can install carefully this plastic cover pad, and of course we can install new one also, because then it is much better. And for that job this belongs here. And then I noticed that this part should go so that it goes here, it goes through this. Just like that. Now it's cool. Then I use this here. Cool. That one. This part here. And then this thing. This joint here. It becomes in here, and now these things are nicely in here, and then I think that we can install this cover. This upper cover, what is in here, and there we have this interesting thing. When I install that part through that hole, and I need to a little bit rotate that in that way, then it came in. Okay, and then next is this. Next thing is that little bit lift, and there is that area in here, but this part goes in there, and then this upper area I only press that in here, that way. Then of course this part in here, this part goes in here, and then I need to move that in one, so that little bit down, that it takes contact, and now it looks quite nice. And then I can press this my hand, and it starts to give sound. When those clippers goes in, good. And then there is this part, and this part goes so that, remember to install that so that it goes so that it is in that position in here, in that way, not in that way, because then it takes contact to our knee. This is better in here. And then only press, and now it's in position. Okay, good. Good, and then we have this next cover, what goes in here, and screw in there inside. And screw is that small Phillips screw what goes in there. Phillips screw. Now it's in position. And then I only insert that in here. And then I need this Phillips head that I can rotate that. Rotate that inside. And this Toyota's parts goes very nicely. And I check that where is this location. Okay, and now it's better. Okay, good. Now it's in there. In this place, and then in here I need small screw in there. And there's this small screw what goes in here. Then look at the fastening, and then we test that is this working. Okay, good, and here we have two screws. That kind of screws what goes in here and in here. Okay, good, and those screws are in that position. And I fasten this. That one. Okay, and then we had these special plastic things that are in my hand, and these work so that first I need to like load this in that way, and then when I insert that in here I press that first in this way in here, and then final step is to press this central part in, and now it's locked. And then I had this second what goes in here. Now I think that this door is quite nice in here. Of course I need these covers. There are those plastic covers what goes in here. And then there is second, and then I check that everything is working, and soon we continue. Okay, and now all parts and bolts are in place, and then when we check that how this works, we can see that now this door, this service and repair, it has been went well. Okay, and this was this information, and thank you for watching, and have a nice day to you.